What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Whiskey Som Sips Cocktails with whiskeys out of my book, The Beginner's Guide to Whiskey Traditions, Types, and Tastes of the Ultimate Spirit. If you haven't already, hit the link in the description, pick up a copy for yourself. All copies off my website are signed by me, the author, at no additional cost. And I'll even personalize it too. If it's a birthday gift or a holiday gift, doesn't matter. It will be one of the best gifts you get yourself this holiday season. And yes, I am 100% biased, but I don't care. So you're going to be making a cocktail with one of my favorite bourbons, one of my favorite Texas bourbons. Some of you may recognize this bottle. It's the Garrison Brothers Balmorhea. Balmorhea is this national state park, actually. And the blue dip bottle, and it's actually the new design. This is the 2020 design with this little band right here. Every bottle sold, money goes to the Balmorhea State Park Fund. So that's really cool. So we're making a really fun little boozy eggnog kind of cocktail called the Rebel Champagne Flip. Without further ado, let's get at it. So first and foremost, I did this ahead of camera, off camera. I cracked the egg. We need an egg yolk. Have you ever tried to make an egg white cocktail? You know, egg white is a pain in the butt, but egg yolk is even harder to do. So we got the egg yolk taken care of in advance off camera. And we're going to round build. So we're actually going to use our egg yolk right now. Drop that right into here so we don't, curd it with a citrus. Well, we actually don't have citrus in here, but I'm so used to working with citrus. Next, we're going to do a ½ ounce of our honey syrup. And we're going to put that into our clear mixing glass. Then we're going to do a ½ ounce of Liquor 43. Thank you so much to our friends at Liquor 43 for helping us out with this little bottle to make some cocktails with and show you guys the deliciousness that can be done with a coffee liqueur. Well, it's not quite coffee, but it's close enough to coffee. It's coffee-esque, I guess. We're going to do a ½ ounce of heavy whipping cream. And here's where my childhood comes back into play, because I was always bad at opening these things when I was a kid in the lunchroom, you guys. I always had to do it like this. I could never just get it to open on its own. So there's a ½ ounce of heavy whipping cream. And then last but not least, an 1.5 ounces of our Garrison Brothers Balmorhea Texas bourbon. This bottle cork does not like me. And then because we're going to emulsify the egg, we're going to add a coil into here. We can drop that in there. And that will help with emulsifying the egg and whipping it up. So we're going to do a dry shake first. Then we're going to do a wet shake. Now, there is a theory that reverse shaking can be better sometimes. And, I don't have proof on that. I like reverse shake, where you do wet, then dry. Or is reverse dry, then wet? I always forget. But my method switches depending on my mood. So, crack that open. Now, you see over here we've got a bottle of champagne. Well, in this case, it's a Brut Rosé. And that is because this cocktail is called the Rebel Champagne Flip. And we actually are going to top off our cocktail with some Brut Rosé. It calls for champagne, but by the time you're viewing this, guys, our producer Jake will have moved into a brand new apartment. And we're actually shooting this one of the last days for shooting. So I wanted to get a little something as a treat for the team. And we picked up this beautiful Brut Rosé at the little local corner store. So, with that being said, let's get to the second shake. Now, some of you may be wondering, Sam, what the hell's on your chest? Why are you wearing a sheriff's star? You're not a sheriff. You're not a cop. And you're right. I'm not. And that's not a cop star. It's not a sheriff's star. That's actually Garrison Brothers' personal challenge coin for their Bourbon Brotherhood, which is a really cool little organization. It's all about, charity and giving back and being a good person, part of your community. I guess we need a little bit of ice in here. So I'll add some ice to that momentarily. And there's different ranks to it, and I'm happy and honored to have last year been given the copper coin. by my local Garrison team here in Los Angeles. If you guys couldn't already tell me, it's in the book. And I selected every whiskey that went into the book, by the way. Garrison is a personal favorite. I really like their stuff. So, we're now going to open this bottle of Brut Rosé, our sparkling California wine. And one thing I was taught, when you're opening a bottle of wine, you want to make sure that you keep the cage on and you just slowly tilt it and rock it kind of back and forth. That way, you're not going to explode it everywhere, but I'm not doing this well, so we're going to take off the cage. And we're just going to do that. What a beautiful pop. And now we're going to top it off with our Brut Rosé. Dump that back in our ice bucket, you guys, and give this just a quick, little shake up to incorporate. Add a touch more ice. And there we have my very poor rendition of a Rebel Champagne Flip. Cheers. We'll see you tomorrow.